Hello my friends, welcome to our channel Questions and Answers on Immigration to Canada. We're talking about LMIA today, Labor Market Impact Assessment. For those who don't know what it is yet, this is the permission for a Canadian employer to hire a foreign worker, a person who is not authorized to work in Canada. LMIA is issued by ESDC, Employment Social Development Canada. That's the agency which aims to protect Canadian labor market. What they do, they look at the employer and essentially decide whether indeed hiring of this person would have a neutral or positive impact on Canadian labor market or not. So getting back to the point, you got an employer in Canada, be it your uncle, aunt, somebody you managed to find. 99% of employers have absolutely zero clue how to proceed with LMIA. And usually what they would do, they would entrust their case to legal representatives, to those who know how to deal with this. To us, to somebody else, name it, so be it, right? Simply because if it's a genuine employer, he or she has absolutely no time to proceed with that paperwork. I believe in one of the previous videos when we spoke about LMIA, we said that just the forms by themselves, take about 30 pages to fill up, okay? And it's not just check marks, it's sometimes a creative work. So usually a certified specialist works with the LMIA process. They work together with the employer, okay? So it's a joint team in an essence of people working on the same task of preparing that application. What's needed from the employer? Well, the idea that he or she has enough funds to pay you salary, that he or she is indeed in need for that person, and there was absolutely no chance to find a person with such qualification anywhere in Canada. So the certified professional together with the employer would advertise the position with accordance to ESDC rules and requirements, and mind you, these rules are changing constantly. So for the period of advertisement, these rules may change once, twice, thrice, which means that somebody has to follow them up closely, literally 24/7, to make sure that at the end of the advertisement period, at the end where the fees of 1,000 Canadian dollars are paid on your behalf, ESDC will not refuse you, or the employer in this sense, of course. The employer would have to undergo the interview with the ESDC representative. Means the representative would call the employer and inquire him or her of the position, why it's necessary, what the employer would do to make sure that after the foreign national leaves the country, if of course he or she is leaving the country, everything is done to make sure that this position would be given to Canadians later on. So Canadian labor market would benefit from it. Okay? And all of those points and many more will have to be prepared by a certified professional. And the point of this video is not to scare you off, of course. The point of this is to give you an idea of what the employer has to do to go through all this hurdle. What has to be done to make sure that you, if you have actually managed to find yourself an employer, have to do to make sure that it is transformed into the work permit and later on into the immigration. If you got questions, comments, mostly welcome to discuss on. We would be glad to answer. Stay tuned with us and of course subscribe to the channel.